Welcome to another episode
What's up?
today. We're so
We got a good one.
Yes, we do.
got a good one.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about some of the new products that just launched a couple weeks ago. Today we're talking about Frankincense stick.
Frankincense stick.
And we're about
And
to
you're going to want to stick around.
Yes, you're going to want to stick
All
around.
right.
That was good. Yeah, we're so excited. We get to go interview some of the top experts. Let's go.
Stay tuned.
We are so excited to be here with the amazing Dr. Hill. Thanks for
Hello, everybody.
Thanks
I'm
for
happy
letting
to
us
be here.
in. We're excited to be sitting on the couch with him, and we have so much fun stuff to discuss. We want to talk out all the new products, well, some of the new products that just launched. But first, I want to ask you, do you have a favorite doTerra product right now?
Yeah, but I'm going to talk about something else first.
Okay.
This is the couch in my office. Do you know I've actually never sat on this couch?
Are you serious?
This is really comfortable.
Because we all sat and we're like, oh, this is so
People
nice.
should come and visit with me more in my office because this is really comfortable.
We'll take you up on that invite. We'll be over
I'm
here.
always sitting behind the desk or over there trying to look real stoic.
Yeah.
This is way comfortable.
Oh, I
So
love it.
this is good. So thank
In fact,
you.
you guys carry on. I'm just going to...
Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay, so your question was, do I have a favorite
I know
doTerra
that's
product?
like asking about a favorite child.
You know,
but-
there was a time where I would say, yeah, I love peppermint. And I still do. But here's the challenge that I think we all face in doTerra. It's hard to have just a product that you like
Yeah.
because we're in this environment where things are ever changing and our needs are changing. So can I just say as a category what I really like?
That's what I was hoping you would say.
I like things for me that have what I feel is instant benefit and result. So for me, I cycle around a few products no matter what's happening, no matter what's going on. Citrus oils, I love citrus oils. And I have a favorite. It's wild orange, but grapefruit's a really close second. And then tangerine's right there too. But choose your favorite because I think you got to have a citrus oil. And that's one of my favorite things too. I love to diffuse it, put it in my water. For me, citrus. And then, of course, frankincense and copaiba and turmeric. The turmeric duo capsule. Those are things that for me and just my individual circumstances and all the things I got to deal with, those are things that I just can't go without. And it makes a difference for me. And that's what I really like, is that I feel the difference when I'm using those products. And for me, that makes everything worthwhile. So I don't have just one product. Some of you may look at me and say, well, it's because he's getting old. And so he needs lots of products now. And I forgot to take my...
There it is.
Yeah, I got it right here in my pocket because I was going to take this before you came in and I forgot to take it.
Okay, we'll remind you.
Thanks for ruining my life.
That's
But I'll
so
take it later.
fun.
I got it right here now.
It's so fun to hear what you're taking and what you love. That was fun to hear. I felt like it was just a little glimpse into your everyday wellness. Super exciting.
Well, I think everybody, and no matter who you are, you've just got to find what you're going to do daily, routinely, right? I see people try to do these really complicated things, and it's got to do this, and it's 10:45. I got to do exactly this now. I get it. We're working out of what we think is best for ourselves. But you got to keep it simple enough that you yourself are going to be compliant and that you're going to do it appropriately. So
awesome.
just start simple, and then you can get complex when you need to.
I love it. I love that you mentioned the citrus. It's what got me in. I feel like the citrus I fell in love with all of them. So grapefruit is mine. Anyway, I should hand you the mic. Do you have some questions for him? Let's jump into our product.
We should jump in because if not, we're going to talk about all kinds of things.
I feel like I should sing a song or something. This is I'm not going to. This is weird though. I'm not. Am I holding it right?
Yeah.
You're doing great. Don't you feel like a newscaster?
No, I feel like I'm out of place. I shouldn't be sitting on this couch. I should be working. This is a big microphone. I don't know, but it's all good. Go ahead.
It's all good. We're going to make it work. Okay, so Dr. Hill, we recently launched 2 amazing frankincense products, frankincense-based products. The first one, the stick.
Yeah.
Our people, I think they're loving the stick concept from the Breathe stick, the Serenity stick, what else? Deep Blue stick,
Yep.
and now the frankincense stick. What excites you most about that product?
I'm sorry.
It's the
We should have brought the Frank talk show. Don't invite me because I'm just going to laugh most of the time.
I love it.
Well, no, he's so serious in his question, and I know you're serious about it.
I know.
Anyway. So what do I love about the frankincense stick? Well, So there's a lot of really cool things about the stick. First off, I like the convenience of it. I mean, we took one of our main products, the product that we've said from the very beginning of doTerra that nobody should be without, frankincense, and we just made it more convenient for you. And we put it into a stick, which I think makes it a little unusual. It's different than like the Deep Blue stick or the Breathe stick or anything else that we've done that way. It's different than that. We talk about frankincense and we talk about this broad perspective of value that comes from frankincense. And we could go into all the chemistry and all the reasons why, but I love this about frankincense, that people use it for their own reasons and that they're varied. It's not just very focused and very narrow, but I can use it. You can tell me anything and I can tell you why I would use frankincense and the value of it. So I like that we've made it really convenient for people. And part of the reason why is because this is topical application. And we talk about using oils topically, but this is designed specifically for topical application. And so anything to do with skin, and in the fact that we added Naio wood into it, which is very high in alpha bisabolol, which once again just complements all the attributes that we want to bring out in good, healthy skin, and using the stick is a convenient way to do that. So I think this is where we're headed to in the future. It's not about what new oils are we discovering now. We have a lot of oils, but how do we use them more effectively? How do we use them more efficiently? And so for me, the stick is just another representation, as simple as it may seem, of how dynamic it is and the value of frankincense that comes from all the different ways we can use it. So I love the frankincense stick. I think it's genius personally. It's one of those that I kind of look at and go, what did it take us so long to do this for? Right. And sometimes it takes a while because sometimes it's a timing issue. Sometimes it's just because we want to get it exactly right and how we want it. And this represents one of those products.
Go ahead. No. You go.
No, I was just going to say, I actually used it today back here. I'm not too sure if it's good for fresh shaved heads, but it felt good.
Can I shave my head and I'll let you know? No,
us.
you would not want to see that. Well, that's what I love. That's what I'm referring to, is on the skin, anywhere, as much as often as you'd like to. And I don't mean to make that sound as reckless as what it sounds, but this is the real value, is that I can use it with confidence. And it is healthy for the skin with the frankincense and the Naio wood in combination with one another. The application is easy. It's not messy. It's very succinct and clear. So absolutely. But I'm hoping that's what everybody does with the frankincense stick, that they just incorporate it into their daily routines. And I will tell you that, you know, Sai, you look at me longingly. I know you think I'm a beautiful man. I get it. I understand. Yeah, I wish anybody would look at me that way. But I think people should think of this as more than just an essential oil product. It's a beauty product as well, right? It does have a lot of healthy benefits. We don't need to go into all the details of that. But this is really about healthy skin, not just when we have a specific need for health for the skin, but everyday health. And so I think you're using it perfectly.
Awesome.
I love that. That's so good. While you were talking, I was sitting here thinking, I do aroma touch on my children often, and I feel like the stick would kind of play into that. Is that against your rules?
Could you push her off the couch?
I'm so sorry.
No, you cannot add frankincense into the aroma touch.
Okay, this is
But
good to
I will
know.
tell you, if I were not doing the aroma touch, I hate to be so straightforward.
No, you're just fine.
No, don't do that. You're
Okay.
going to disrupt all of the chemistry and everything that has been put into the aroma touch with those 8 specific oils.
Okay.
But I would love this with, I envision a mother putting that on her child's spine and helping them just to relax. I envision somebody putting it on the bottom of their feet. It's been a particularly stressful or hard day or a difficult day. Or why would we not use that as a part of the hand technique? I mean, I don't think there's a limit to the ways that we can use this, but I have to say, because if I don't, people are going to say, so I can use frankincense
Yeah,
then
I'm really
in the aroma
glad.
touch?
No, this is good.
No, don't. Just
Okay.
use it outside of that. But absolutely,
Okay.
use it for that framework. Remember, it's not just, even though we're applying it to the skin, This is going to be the same with all essential oils. There's other downstream benefits that we see. We're still going to get some systemic value that comes from that. And so all of those properties come into play. So really it's more than just I'm applying it to my skin because I want to look different or better, or I have a need that way. It's another way that we can receive all of the benefits that we typically think of with frankincense.
Well said. I wish you would have pushed me off. That would have been funny. That would have been good.
I didn't know I was going to have to defend AromaTouch in this interview. So
well, it just popped into my head. Can I add this in? I'm so glad you clarified. Is there anything else about the frankincense stick that you'd like to enlighten anyone or talk about with anyone that's listening or watching?
Well, I don't know that I would like to enlighten anyone per se, but I think people should be looking at this as a little bit of a flag that we've stuck in the ground. Meaning that we know essential oils. We know them better than anybody in the entire world. And our listening audience is using the essential oils in that way. You know, in my home, I can't imagine not having the essential oils. It is our primary form of health that we turn to, and we do it daily. It's just a part of our normal routine. But at convention this year, when we were talking at convention, one of the things I said, I walked everybody through this big timeline of all of the research and where we actually started in doTerra, which started with the very basics of, can we just define what an essential oil actually should be? That's where we started in all of our scientific enterprise in doTerra. And I walked them through some of the milestones that we've hit over the years. And I closed out that little discussion with them by sharing that where we are right now, because we've done all of the pharmacokinetic studies, because we've looked at all of the epigenetics, because we have pharmacodynamics, all the things that we've done and that everybody's familiar with, while they may not have perfect understanding of that, I want them to know that frankincense represents more than just another stick that we added to the three or so sticks that we already have. It represents more than that. It's a progression and a sign for what we're going to do in the future. We have to become more specific about dosage, and we have to become more specific about delivery. And so frankincense is a little unique because even though we've understood all the value of frankincense, our delivery has really just been limited to what we do with the essential oil. And here's a step forward where we say, no, let's be specific about our topical application now. And here's a good way that we can do that. You can still use the oil topically, but here's a good way we can do it for longer lasting, more sustained benefit. And it's a sign or a progression of where we're headed to in the future. It's not more about how many more oils can we create, how many more blends can we create. It's how do we use what we have in the most effective ways possible. And so while some may look at this and say that's a pretty small thing that we created a frankincense stick, it's what it represents is pretty significant because it's a view into what's happening in the future and what you're going to see more of. And for that, I personally am really excited because nobody else is doing those things. Nobody else has taken the time to say anything beyond other than, yeah, essential oils are great. They're great, but they're wonderful if you know how to use them and you can expand the ability and the convenience of people to be able to use them in meaningful ways. So that's what I would really want people to look for this for. And then I got to say, and use it. It doesn't do us any good if we don't use it.
Yeah. Wow. Incredible. That was amazing. You have a thought?
I just love, every time he talks, I'm just like, I could listen all day and
You know,
behind the camera.
my family says that same thing. Every time he talks, I'm just like, but I don't want to listen all day. That's what they say. So they changed the end of your little story there.
But I love the fact, because I was thinking about this, just how it is a glimpse into what we're doing and where we're going in the future and the delivery of frankincense. And, you know, switching over to the other product of frankincense, that's a whole new delivery system as well with the, you know, the dual caps.
Yeah, the frankincense. For me, this represents this migration really well. Look, we're doTerra. We're doTerra essential oils. We do that better than anybody in the entire world. And it doesn't really matter to me. From my perspective, I know that it has some elements for individuals that they get concerned about. But from my perspective, I don't care how many oil companies there are. There's only one doTerra.
Let's go.
There is only one doTerra, and we do it differently than anybody else. So that brings its own value. But frankincense, here's another good example where we've known from our sourcing of frankincense right from the very beginning, we've known about boswellic acids. That's not something new. And in fact, for a long period of time, boswellic acids is a byproduct of the distillation of frankincense from the resin. It's a byproduct. And so we've tried to figure out for a long period of time, how do we take advantage of that? One of my first presentations I ever did on essential oils, frankly, not knowing very much, but being a little enamored with frankincense, I gave this wonderful presentation talking about how great the boswellic acids were in frankincense essential oil, not knowing that boswellic acids weren't present. I learned that right away after giving that presentation that, ooh, I didn't recognize that, and I've never shared that again. But we've known about the value of boswellic acids for our entire history in doTerra. And like we've seen this with the dual cap with turmeric, we know curcuminoids are really powerful, but curcuminoids from the botanical don't absorb well. We solve that problem by combining it with the turmerones that we find in the essential oil. And that's why we took the essential oil and we took the botanical and we combined it together. Well, in this case, what I love about the frankincense is that the oils, you have to think of essential oils as chemical messengers. They're communicating with every cell in your body. They're bringing that information. They're sharing that information, and they're eliciting a chemical response or a reaction within the cells. And what we love about frankincense is of course, it's broad spectrum activity, but if we just chose one, we would say, I love that it helps the body to have a normal inflammatory response. Good, healthy inflammation. And boswellic acids have similar properties to frankincense. It's amazing how similar the properties are between the oil and the botanical. One of the things we know about the botanical with boswellic acids is that absorption sometimes can be a little bit difficult. And so we enhance that absorption because the other thing we know about essential oils is that they are lipid soluble. And so we increase the absorption of that. And now we're able to take the boswellic acids, and the boswellic acids work through a completely different pathway. It's through the metabolism of the body, not through individual cell function like with the essential oils. So now we have this dual approach to things that are very similar between the oil in terms of outcomes and the boswellic acids and the benefits that it provides. And we have the perfect delivery system. Never been done before. Everyone always just, well, you need boswellic acids, you should buy a boswellic acid supplement. Well, you need frankincense oil, you should have frankincense oil. But that's what we do in doTerra. We're not just looking to do what everyone else has done. We're not just looking to say frankincense is one of the best, if not the best oil that you can have. We're saying you need frankincense oil, but there's other things that you need too. And combining them together, very much the same way that we did with turmeric and the dual cap there. But now with boswellic acids, that's powerful. The research, the history of boswellic acids, the known benefits that comes from them, and to now have that in a delivery with frankincense, and we have multiple pathways that are now affected within the body, dual benefit that's coming, and we do it in a way where that's enhanced, that's remarkable. And so for me, I look at some of these things and I think to myself, we've talked about this for so many years about how do we take advantage of boswellic acids, and this is the genius of doTerra and the people that we're privileged to work with. I'm surrounded by brilliant people, and I'm excited about this product because it represents their brilliance, but it also once again represents that doTerra is not content just to say we're an essential oil company. We are essential oils. We live essential oils. We use essential oils. And so therefore, we have to have a plan in an effective way that we can continue to receive and maximize all of the benefit we can from them. And so for that reason, I'm super excited about this product. It represents, once again, a flag that's been planted that says, this is who we are. And sure, go buy your frankincense if you want to. But you're not going to get anything that you get in doTerra. And you're certainly not going to get the depth of understanding and all of the science and all of the ingenuity that comes when we do things like this. And I'm excited because just like we said at convention, this is where we are now. All of this effort that we've done in our entire history through science and all that we've done has been to lead us to this threshold of now, finally, we have enough understanding that we can maximize the benefits from the oils. And we can give specialized delivery and unique delivery. And we know about dosage and we know the proper amounts. And that's where we're headed to. And nobody has ever been there before with the essential oils. And we're standing right there. And not only standing there, but we've brought 2 products that demonstrate that.
I have no questions. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, it's fun to hear the innovation.
You're so kind. You are so kind. But I mean, that's really what I think.
Oh, man. Do you have any questions? Because
I was just going to say, I love hearing the innovation of it all. It's fun to hear your passion as like a user. It's so fun to know that there's been years into this and we're just seeing the product, you know, sitting on a table in front of us, but it means so much and there's been so much hard work behind it.
Well, I think we would all do well to remember that, you know, I get asked this question, why do you stay in doTerra? Why are you still here? You don't need to be. You could go be off doing something else, I suppose. But I'm no different than anybody else. We all have had the same experience, even though the experience might be unique to us. Oils matter to us. They matter in my house, they matter in my family, and I don't know how you walk away from those things. But more importantly, what a privilege it is that we've fostered an environment where we're surrounded with wonderful people who feel very much the same way. And then everyone across the world who is using the doTerra essential oils and the experiences that they're having, even though they're unique to them, it's what bonds us and unites us together. And that's a community that no matter what anybody else says, that community cannot be broken because it has personal meaning. And we remind ourselves of that quite often, that it's more than just creating a product. It's more than just trying to come up with something new. It's more than just, oh, convention's coming, we've got to have some excitement. Sure, we like all those things too. But it's that we're mindful of that people are depending on what we do. And we've got to do it not just in the right way, we've got to do the right things. It's got to be for the right reasons. And that's what makes doTerra who doTerra is.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you. And do you want to ask anything else? I mean, I feel like you killed it.
I just want to say, like, we obviously are running our podcast and there will be a lot of people listening in, but I think we speak on behalf of all the employees that joined doTerra a little bit later than you guys. You guys built this foundation and you established that trust, that character that all of us could easily come on and be part of. And so I tip my hat. If I had a hat, I'd probably wear a hat to all of you guys. And thank you, Dr. Hill. Thank you for what you guys.
That's very kind of you to say, but we don't stand alone anymore. As in the very beginning, there was lots of challenges because really we just kind of look at one another. Well, do you know how to do that? Yeah. Well, I don't know how to do it. I hope you know how to do it. And we would just figure it out. But we've got such a bright future ahead of us. We really do. I know all of the concerns that people sometimes have from time to time. I know that we're trying to make some corrections and some changes that I think are necessary within the company. That's just a part of having a multi-billion-dollar company. Yeah. That doesn't mean that our framework, that doesn't mean that our values, that doesn't mean that what we've created is somehow wrong or inadequate. Welcome to being a part of a multi-billion-dollar company. But what a great privilege that is, because it also gives us this opportunity to still do things that haven't been done before. So we've been here from the beginning, but it's still really surreal when you pull up to this building or when you go to a convention or you're out with everybody and interacting with them. You just walk away going, who could ever have imagined that it would be this amazing, that it would be this wonderful? So we're equally grateful. And we have to say, I'm privileged to be, I don't think I've done a podcast before. I don't know if I ever have.
First time?
But I think it might be. But I would be remiss if I didn't say on behalf of myself, and I always say all of my partners, but all of us here at doTerra, how grateful we are for all of you and all of the effort that you put in. We have lots of work to still do.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for this interview today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. That was incredible interviewing. Talk.
He's so empowering. I mean, he's so great with his words, but you feel his passion. You feel how genuine he is. And so I feel like me and you benefited the most, and obviously the people that are viewing as well.
Yeah, I'm with you. I could have sat there for like another hour
Easy.
just listening to everything.
Easy.
Yeah. Super fun. We hope you enjoyed that interview, and we're excited to hear your thoughts. Have you ordered the new product? Have you tried the new Frankinscence? And if you have, drop a review. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the new Frankinscence products.
Yes. Let's go.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us, and congratulations on living a healthier lifestyle with essential oils. If you want to try any of the products you learned about, click on the link in the episode description or find a wellness advocate near you to place an order today. And remember, if you liked what you heard today, rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.